Hi everybody, I'm Mahin and welcome to week 3 of Your Sparkly Wardrobe, a collaboration between Sparkly Belly and the Bellydance Quickies. So today on week 3, what we're going to be doing is talking about how to mix and match different pieces to extend the items that you have already in your wardrobe. Hopefully in week 1 you followed along with the inventory and took a look at what you have and have a better idea of some of the things you might not have been wearing so recently. And maybe you even have your list, you have your index cards or your notebook or whatever way you chose to record all those things. So today we are going to take a look at how to create some different looks with all of the pieces that you have. And we have a special guest today. We have Rukshana, the costume fairy in the flesh. How many times have I mentioned you on the Bellydance Quickies, and this is the first time they're actually seeing you. Yeah. For those who are in the Glitter Lounge, got extra treats, got to see one of her pieces with a really cool costume switch. Anyway, so we're going to get into this one over here right now. So she's going to help us out and give us a little bit of insight into how much mileage we can really get out of a good bra and belt.
Hi. So what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at taking a basic bra and belt and all the different combinations you can do with it. When you're out shopping and what you have in your wardrobe, you want to look for something that's versatile. You want to look for something that goes with a lot of different things, especially if it's one of your first costumes or if you really want to get the mileage out of it. Something like this is, I call it tri-beret, but you can cab it up to am-cab, and you can take it all the way down to true tribal. And Mahin has taken a whole bunch of pictures of this particular set paired with different skirts, tops, to show you exactly what we're talking about.
So for some examples of how, if you could look on the blog post that goes with this video, you can see all the photos. But we can show you just a couple of them. So if we take off this cotton overshirt choli here, and imagine if we don't have this, if we have a much more sparkly skirt to go with this, like this, then we have a much more cabaret look. This is a straight skirt with a slit in it. And if you wanted a little more coverage and something that was a little more sparkly, you could use a choli that has a different finish, like this one here. It picks up the copper colors very nicely, brings it all together, brightens up the metal in this, and would also give you a little bit more coverage but with a little more sparkle. So here's another way to make this a more cabaret friendly look. We've got some black harem pants under here and this overskirt. Now I consider this an overskirt because this is too sheer to wear on its own, and it does have a slit that goes all the way up to here, which is great with harem pants underneath because it gives them a chance to peek out. So if you have, and you could even have, like if you had harem pants which have a really nice metallic design on it, that would look awesome with something like this and really dress this up quite a bit.
Okay, this bedla is extremely multicolored and very bright. It's a higher end costume, and when it was initially purchased it came with this skirt, which is just a really simple skirt. It's slit on the side, it's got the sequins that match the costume, and it's very black. But you can take this costume very quickly from very black and very serious looking just by changing colors of skirts. With a red skirt, all of a sudden all the red pops. Hold it up with this one. So you can see with a red skirt you get the pop of the red in the bra. You hold up a blue skirt next to it, all of a sudden you've got a costume that's a blue costume. You hold up a turquoise colored skirt and you pull all the turquoise out.
I think this is my favorite one with it. I love the way the contrast between the skirt and the bra.
I haven't worn it this way yet. I will next time I dance.
See, one of the things that we were talking about in doing an inventory is that you find some surprises that you had never looked at before, and we put this together, and I think Gail's got a new costume combination. And I think we have a guest.
We have a guest.
We have a guest.
Guest.
Hey.
Out. Out guest. Go.
Another option is, we were looking at this one, and this one actually is a double layer skirt that is connected together. However, if you don't have one that's connected, it's even better, because if you have two separate ones, then you can, take two skirts and layer them on top. Because on this one, when you have this, let's see if we can show how we tuck this to have this one. What I like about skirts that are constructed like this, where they are open all the way at the top and they slide on this band, is especially if you have two separate ones, you can make one narrower in the front than the other so your second color comes through. You can get a very leggy look by having it open like this. You can get a kind of leggy look by taking the corners here on the skirt and just, I like to just tie them into 2 knots, not too tight because I want to be able to take them out. But when you do this, that keeps the skirt from flying open too much, but it gives you a little bit of leg, and then this one flies free. And that's one of my favorite things to do with a skirt that's like this. And then also, you can take this up and then you can tuck it in here like this. And so he really pulls this out of this part. And so if these were two separate skirts, then you would have a lot more options. However, these two are connected. It just happened to be what I had in mine, and as I was going through my things I realized this elastic's very stretched out, so that's on my to-do list of things to repair in my costume wardrobe as I was doing my inventory.
Another option is going into a straight skirt, which will also change the look dramatically. This one happens to have a slit on the right side.
This one has a kind of a sheen too, like almost like a shark fin kind of a sheen.
Yeah, it's a foiled lycra.
And this one is an entirely different finish. This one is actually one Rikshana made for me. I love this skirt. This is my perfect butt skirt. So this one is velvet, if you can't tell on the video here, and you can see how that works really nicely with this as well. It's a really elegant, kind of a polished look.
As more of a cabaret dancer, I also dance a lot of tri-beret, and I do a lot of sword work and floor work, so I tend to wear pants. This costume works really well with a pair of pants just thrown over, and you can change it up just enough so you can do what you need to do on the floor without exposing yourself or having to wear a skirt. When you're looking for your bedla, remember, this is something that you're going to want to wear with a lot of different items. Buy something that you like, buy something that fits, buy something that's got options available with it, and also don't necessarily buy the cheapest thing on the rack. Go for something with some quality because you're going to wear a lot of it. Skirts are not near as expensive as something like this. Spend your money on your base piece and then build your wardrobe with the little extras, with the skirts, with jewelry, you want to make sure that you've got something that you can build upon. You want a canvas, think of it that way. Just like you would if you were going out and buying a really great dress that you were going to wear to a party and you knew you were going to be able to wear it multiple times. Same idea, slightly different venue, but think about things like that when you go out and purchase.
Yeah, that's great advice for purchasing new costumes. And when you are looking at your things that are in your existing wardrobe, take a look and start looking from your base key pieces, looking from your bra and belt, and then use less expensive purchases, like Rikshana said. Skirts are a much less expensive purchase, pants are a much less expensive purchase, and build onto those key pieces that you have from there. Pair with everything you have, take a look at it, and there's probably a lot more mileage and a lot more kinds of looks than you can get out of the things that you have in your own wardrobe already.
And also look at your friends. One of the things that our dance troupe tends to do is when people go through and do something like this and they go and say, oh, I just don't wear this. People bring things to troupe, people bring things to swap meet. Shop used. You don't have to buy new, you don't have to build everything from scratch. Trade with your friends.
So one other thing we wanted to talk about is not just about costuming for yourself and about mix and match approach for yourself, but also how to make this work for troupes, because it really helps troupes get a lot more mileage out of their stuff.
It sure does. What you want to do, my personal experience anyway with troupes, is to find a basic bedla, either a gold or a silver or a mixed metal, and then, or it doesn't even have to be all the exact same kind, but the same color and something kind of similar in style. Work from there, because then you can mix and match all your skirts, you can mix and match arm gauntlets and all sorts of goodies. but you want to have something in a basic. My personal druthers is to have one silver and one gold set, because if you've got that, you can go to town.
And that's a great way for troops to use their costume money a lot more wisely and to really get a lot of looks out of it, because, again, skirts are pretty inexpensive.
Yep.
So I hope this was helpful for you. And Rukshana, thank you so much. I'm like so thrilled to actually bring the costume fairy to you finally, other than just in her advice in print. So this has been week 3 of Your Sparkly Wardrobe, and we're really thrilled to have Rukshana, our special guest, to help us out with this project here and her lovely wardrobe room in here. You have no idea how much costuming is in here. It's insane. I'm going crazy. So stay tuned next week. Mal is going to have the next installment on Your Sparkly Belly, and if you got this in your Bellydance Quickie, you can check and you'll be able to see what next week's topic is by looking in your email. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and go ahead and pull everything out and have a great time and try everything on. You never know what's going to work until you lay it next to each other. There's always a surprise. So have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Your Sparkly Belly. No, it's not. It's late is what it is.